The explosive makeover of a 0-square-meter coffin room in New York. Alan studied diligently for 10 years and finally escaped from the mountains to set foot in the glamorous city of New York to buy a house. Thanks to the introduction of a kind-hearted agent, he finally managed to purchase a home, perfectly matching Alan's vibe. As soon as he opened the door, Alan was stunned on the spot. The room was only large enough to fit a single expansion bolt. Alan had no choice but to hang himself on the door to sleep. As the weather grew colder, he could no longer endure the loneliness in the freezing wind and decided enough was enough. It was time for a full renovation. Firstly, an H-shaped steel frame was constructed around the space. Then a few crossbeams were laid and fabric placed between them, filled with wire mesh inside, followed by pouring high-performance concrete. This became Alan's new home. Secondly, a large wardrobe was built along the wall, with the upper section storing seasonal blankets and the lower section serving entirely as a clothes-hanging area, making access extremely clear. An additional drawer was added for underwear and Alan's favorite outfits, and the glass doors were shut for a clean and dust-proof look. Thirdly, a study desk was placed near the window, where Alan could set up his computer for both studying and working. Only through hard work could he eventually move to a bigger house. When tired, the desk could double as a dining table to enjoy delicious meals right on the spot. An extended section formed a mini kitchen counter, where an induction stove and sink could be installed. A compact kitchen was born. Overhead cabinets were added for storing cooking oil, rice, noodles, and seasonings, all behind clean glass doors. A built-in washing machine was installed underneath so dirty clothes could be washed immediately. Fourthly, a concealed water tank was mounted in the wall, a sliding track and basin were set, a wall-mounted toilet installed, and a shower head fixed to the wall, allowing Alan to bathe refreshingly, washing away all negative thoughts. His inner memory could also be reset easily. Fifthly, a square galvanized steel frame was built around the bed area, with extra crossbeams welded securely inside. After borrowing some spare change from his second aunt, Alan bought a pile of expansion bolts to firmly attach everything to the wall. The entire frame was wrapped with eco-friendly aluminum wood boards, both sturdy and attractive. Soft padding was attached to the wall for comfortable leaning while sleeping, and a soft mattress was laid on top. This became Alan's bed. Sixthly, a headboard storage cabinet was added to hold biographies of famous people and business books to set the mood. Electrical outlets and switches were installed at the head of the bed, so charging the phone was no longer a concern. Posters of Alan's idols were stuck on the wall, and a guardrail was added for sleeping safety. There was even a mini projector. Whenever bored, Alan could lie back and enjoy some short films. Seventhly, a sliding skylight was installed on the roof. If he couldn't sleep, he could lie down and count stars. A railing was added to transform it into a rooftop balcony. When feeling down, Alan could step out for fresh air and scenic views. He planted flowers and greenery to turn the roof into a mini garden, a perfect spot for sipping tea and relaxing the mind. With this makeover, the 0-square-meter coffin room was transformed from nothing into a luxurious mini villa. Finally, let's take a look at the full layout of the room.